Alright, hey guys, Pax, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket deck showcase. In this deck showcase, we're going to be going over the Flareons, Flareon non-EX, and Flareon EX as well. And just take a second to admire this art, man. This guy is causing a wildfire. He's killing hundreds of wildlife, adding on to global warming, and just messing up the environment altogether with a smile on his face. This Arsene is just standing tall and proud. There's no soul behind those eyes. Those are dead eyes right there. This guy is a menace. He's a narcissist. He should be locked up, but he is a good card as well. So we're going to be using him in this deck. This is a deck here overall. We are running Tyranitar, of course Kiawe as well, and yeah, we'll see how this deck performs. But yeah, if this is your first video on my channel, I make Pokemon Pocket content pretty much daily. Really liking the game. A lot of content recently dropped, so I consider liking, subscribing so you don't miss out on Pokemon Pocket content. I'll explain the card choices as the video goes on, but yeah, let's get right into the deck showcase. Alright, here we are in our first battle. Going first. Ooh, okay. Hand could be better. Ideally, going first, you do want to have Tyranitar, I can't say that name. Have him out, and then hopefully you can Kiawe the same turn just to maximize your energy. But we can definitely cook with this. Nice, we got Flareon out as well. Nice, we got Eevee. So again, if you guys are new to my channel, how these deck showcases usually go, I'm going to do at least 3 battles. First one is a solo battle, as you can see, going against the Buzzwole EX deck just to get the feel for the deck. And the next 2 are PvP. And right now, I might as well risk it. I'm a Penny. Penny is very risky early game because... Okay, perfect. You could get something. I could have gotten like Lusamine, which would do absolutely nothing, but we do get Preference Research, which is the best thing we can get. Nice. Could be a little bit better, but we can definitely just roll with this. For now, all we can do is end our turn. Okay, so he puts down Pheromosa, Kartana, feeds Pheromosa, Leaf Capes Buzzwole. Okay, this is pretty good. So we can definitely cook with this setup right here. So ideal scenario is to have basically it's kind of like a 1-1-2 route. So either have Flareon or Tyranitar in the active early game. After that Pokemon dies, sub in another non-EX, and then once that Pokemon dies, sub in Flareon, and hopefully Flareon can sweep. Keep in mind, Flareon does 130 damage. A lot of damage, that's pretty nice. Might as well just evolve. This is pretty good. We can't do any damage this turn, but next turn we should be pretty much set. So yes, this is pretty good. So yeah, Flareon next turn is built. Kiawe next turn is also built because of, not Kiawe, Tyranitar is built because of Kiawe. Look at that. But this guy has a lot of potential. This freaking fire turtle, yeah, this is a very fun card. Might as well just Professor's Research. Okay, yeah, this is good. We're pretty much set. This is pretty much the ideal scenario. So Flareon, 110 HP, only does 40 damage, and after attacking, take a fire energy from Energy Zone, attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. In a sense, this guy's a better non-EX Pachirisu. Does a little bit more damage, but keep in mind, it is a stage 1 compared to Pachirisu being a basic Pokemon. But this is pretty good because this guy, yeah, hitting 130 is pretty huge. The only downside is that you do lose 2 energy. And this ability right here, I'm just going to go over it real quick. Once during your turn, you may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. If you do 20 damage to this Pokemon. So yeah, a lot of conditions right here. So you do need to have discarded energy. And that 20 damage could hinder you a little bit in the long run. But what's pretty cool is that it's not really necessary per se. Combust is very much optional. Like, it's a nice support ability, but Flareon doesn't really need that because look at this. I'm already just feeding Flareon right here. Nice. I could place down Eevees, but I feel like this setup is already pretty good. So yeah, just attack. And this is pretty nice because at this point, you want to treat Flareon in a sense very similar to the old Charizard EX. Because you do discard 2 energy, so if this Flareon dies next turn, is he gonna die? But if he did die next turn, then Flareon can attack 2 more times for 130. Okay, yeah, I might as well just be super aggressive. We can be very aggressive now. This is why this deck is a lot of fun, because really, I'm just built. Like, there's really nothing he could do. Like, I have so many scenarios right here. I could just play with Flareon, just have Flareon out until he dies, and eventually sub into Tyranitar. However, right now, I can just do this. Look at this. So just retreat. Might as well heal. I'm gonna do Eevee Bag. Healing, if you guys don't know, there's 2 options here. You can do plus 10 damage, or just heal both of your Eevees for 20 damage. So we're just gonna do that. Look at that. Everybody's at full health now. Like, wow. This is pretty overpowered. And at this point, just keep on feeding this Flareon. So yeah, one-shotting Buzzwole, and there's really nothing you could do. I feel like the best matchup is definitely Buzzwole EX. Because, yeah, primarily because of the type advantage. He really can't do much. Okay, he Lusamine. This guy's fed, but I'm gonna win regardless because I need 1 more point. Very questionable plays, but you know what? Just to flex, might as well have Tyranitar get his limelight right here. Easy one-shot using, what is this? Fire spin? The spinning with fire. Literal Ninjago character right here. He's Kai from Ninjago. Easy one-shot. And yeah, overall, I feel like all 3 of these cards have amazing synergy together. And with that being said, let's see how this guy performs in PvP. All right, here we are in PvP battle, going second. Okay, this is pretty good because we also have Kiawe. So if he doesn't red card me, then we're pretty much set. Okay, so this is pretty good. So for now, I just Rocky Helmeted this guy. Might as well feed this Eevee right here and then Kiawe. And if you guys don't know, Kiawe pretty much ends your turn. But this guy's built next turn, so this is pretty nice. And in my opinion, Turtonator as well as Flareon EX have very good synergy together. Because keep in mind for Combust, you get energy from your discard pile. And if you look at Turtonator, every time this guy attacks, you discard a fighter energy. So yeah, pretty nice synergy altogether. Alright, I'm just gonna chill with this for now. Yeah, this is pretty good. So evolving into Flareon, I could get Turtonator out. I could place down Turtonator, but I feel like that might hinder us in the long run. If anything, I want to get another non-EX Flareon out. Because for now, attack with Turtonator. And then next turn, Flareon is theoretically built up. So if this Turtonator dies somehow, Flareon's gonna be fully built. Because I'll just use Combust. Then just attach an energy, and yeah, fully built, doing 130 damage. That's pretty unlucky. This is a very fast battle. You're gonna run into these a lot in casual battle, but yeah, it is what it is. And if I'm just gonna do it right now, why not? So I can Combust, attaching 1 energy. Granted, I do take 20 damage of recoil, but at the same time, fully built, perfect. Yeah, GG. Like, there's really nothing you could have done. But despite being relatively short, I feel like this battle kind of shows the synergy between Turtonator and Flareon EX. All right, next battle, we are going second. I might as well play it like this. So Eevee in the front, Turtonator in the back. In a couple turns, hopefully we can get non-EX Flareon out. Alright, so he's playing a Charizard deck. This is pretty bad because he did preface his research as well as Pokeball, so he has a lot of cards. Instead of Penny, you can very much run Mars or Red Card. Okay, perfect. This is a very, very good setup. So for now, might as well feed this Eevee right here. Okay, nice. I attacked, and then next turn, I can just pretty much get everything out. Pretty much both my Flareons out. Non-EX in the front, of course. EX in the back. Look at this. You love to see this. This is pretty nice. The only downside is that we do need Kiawe, man. Turtonator is pretty awkward being out here. Not being built whatsoever. Okay, I might play this kind of risky. After attacking, you do want to feed Flareon. But just to maximize my non-EXs overall. Okay, so he finally does evolve. Pretty scary, but at the same time, not the worst, because Turtonator can't attack in a couple turns. Or not the worst. I might as well feed this Flareon right here. So this Flareon's definitely going to die next turn. But we can still do some decent chip damage. The main drawback is that if he does Sabrina us, he could potentially win. Given that Flareon EX, if you don't Giant Cape, Charizard can just one-shot him. So that's pretty scary. Okay, he does Lily. That's pretty unfortunate. Because looking at this, if he didn't Lily, we could have one-shotted his Charizard next turn. But it's not the worst. We can definitely still roll with this. Alright, this turn I'm going to Combust. Because again, keep in mind my non-EX Flareon died. So we do get some energy. We do take 20 damage, but we do have Eevee bag right here. This could be pretty clutch. Potentially, because if he has a Cyrus there, then he could have Cyrus next turn. And if he has Sabrina, just in case, I'm going to put down this Eevee right here. Feed Turtonator, and pretty much, yeah, this attack. This is all we could really do. Pretty scary because at this point, he's just going to start building his Incineroar. Okay, so he does feed Incineroar, attacks with Charizard. Okay, Charizard is going to die next turn. Oh, and of course, yeah, we get Kiawe now. Right at the end, dude. We could have used Kiawe before. If anything, if you use Kiawe, that could have helped us out a lot. But of course, he decided to come out right now. Screw it, we might as well evolve. Okay, so we evolved into the other Flareon EX. Might as well Combust. Next turn, theoretically, this guy could attack. But for now, we're just going to play with this guy right here. And this is looking pretty grim. I feel like the only way we could win this is if we get, if you get a Penny. If you get a Penny and somehow get Sabrina, then it's GG. Okay, so you did have a Cyrus, damn. Okay, pretty unfortunate, but at the same time, we can attack with Flareon. But yeah, on top of that, we are going to die. Like, that's the main downside. And of course, we're still burned. Nice. Yeah, GG. There's really nothing we could do. Pretty unfortunate. Instead of Cyrus, you can definitely run Sabrina. I feel like you might have better luck doing that. Especially in this scenario, like if I did Sabrina, GG. I can just get that Charmander in and just completely fuck him up. But yeah, might as well just do this. Combust. Now this guy can attack. Rocky Helmet. And we're only going to be doing 150 damage combined with the Rocky Helmet. So yeah, he's still going to survive. Pretty unfortunate. But I feel like when it comes to the deck showcase, this is perfect because this is another very meta. This is a very meta deck, especially with How, as you can see right here. Yeah, How is crazy. He's doing 170 damage. And of course, he's evolving into another Charizard. Yeah, this is a very meta matchup. And overall, yeah, he got somewhat better RNG. Can't really compete. And yeah, Incineroar, still an amazing. This guy is amazing. I really like this guy. One of my favorite Stage 2 Pokemons overall. and Flareon really just couldn't compete. But yeah, that was the Flareon slash Tyranitar deck showcase. Overall, I'd rate this deck an A+, like very close, like A+ to like S- tier. It's a very fun deck, and I feel like all these cards have amazing synergy. Like Flareon helps either Tyranitar or Flareon EX. Tyranitar, him discarding Fire Energy is a perfect support for Flareon EX's ability right here. And yeah, overall pretty fun. The only thing I probably would change, you could definitely replace Penny with another supporter card, as well as Cyrus. Like at this point, yeah, screw it. I'm going to replace Cyrus with Sabrina. I feel like Sabrina, you will see a lot more value depending on the game. But then again, ultimately, both Sabrina and Cyrus are both very good and can definitely win you the game depending on the scenario. But yeah, that's the deck showcase. Let me know what you guys think of both Flareon cards in the comments below. In my opinion, this is probably the best pairing if you want to run EVEX. Because the only reason why you're running EVEX is if you're running 2 evolutions. And this is perfect because, as I said earlier, Flareon and Flareon EX have pretty good synergy. And also, not to mention Flareon, this Flareon right here does some decent damage and also has a decent amount of HP. But yeah, that's the deck showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.